Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is the very first episode of Computer Tycoon for 2018, and we are pretty much exactly where we left off at the end of the last episode, and I'm going to pause it just briefly to ask you to have a quick look at this sold column here. What I like about, again, nice bit of UI. I mean, there's all sorts of things which are kind of wrong with the UI at the moment, that aren't perfect, aren't smooth, aren't sort of ideally elegant. But it's got some probably sensible ideas about laying out data, like having sortable columns. I get so annoyed when I see not just computer games, but any software product which doesn't let you sort on the columns so you can get a proper idea of the data they're presenting. Maybe that's me, maybe it's a bit geeky, I don't know. Anyway, yes, sorry, here we are. Keep an eye on this. And can you see what's going on? Can you? I don't know. Is the day clicking over? Well, let's click over a bit faster. Yeah, what we're seeing here is that this line here, let's pause that again for a second, the Tektron 74.2, which is my second model, my improved 74. It's improved on the. I was thinking it looks worse than the 75 one. Well, it would, because it came out a year beforehand. Yeah, the 74 one was my first computer attempt, and the 74.2 was a slightly enhanced one with slightly better performance and features. But it's not selling anything, so I need to sort of keep making money, and ideally, I need my my machines to sell. Which takes me to this page here, where I can change the price of it, because customer demand is price dependent. And this is one of the first things to note about something the developer, his name is Andris apparently, I think he's Hungarian from what I read on Steam, and the company Progorian he's using to promote and develop the game, in the new year have issued two smallish updates, most of which are bug fixes and a little bit of tinkering around the edges and so on of some issues that a lot of his users. He's really responsive to feedback, which is great in an early access game. He's tweaked a few things, one of which was this here, which I think said PP price or something along those lines in the previous version, but the latest fix, he's updated that to needed PP, which tells you the the production power needed, which is why that symbol's used, for this unit. And it's not directly related to commercial price, I don't think. Again, he was saying that people were getting confused between this, and they're not actually directly related. So this isn't necessarily the actual production cost of your computer. Which does leave you at a bit of the unfortunate thing with that then is, okay, so what is my production cost? I don't know. Can you work it out? You can't, because nothing really has a production cost. It's all done in production power, which is great if it relates to what your factories can produce and ship, but when it comes to setting prices, it's less helpful. Sure, you've got the recommended price here, which I presumably based upon something, I don't know, but is that what sort of profit margin is that based upon? I don't know. Does it tell me anywhere recommended price? No, there's no tooltip on that. Anyway, so I need to adjust this price to bring it down so that people will find this old cranky this old model of computer worth buying in some quantity or other. So it's 2,199 there. I think if we take it under the 2,000 mark, this is computer technology dollars, we should be able to get selling again. So we can see, exactly, there you see the number sold is going up on a daily basis. That's good. Okay, now we will find that as our models get older, we do need to adjust the price of them. So what about 74.1? That's not selling anything now, so we need to take that price down. We'll make it 17.49. Again, I don't know how much of that is turning into profit. Is that selling again now? No, it's still not selling. ever so slightly, so let's take it down again, because this was my very first computer. So no, not that. That's bringing the price up a little bit too much. Okay, so that is really old technology, so hopefully these new low prices will prompt people to buy it. Certainly if I have the game running, it will. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so where are we anyway? We're doing reasonably well. It looks like all the countries we're in, we do have a dominant position, apart from Bosnia-Herzegovina, where we're still losing out to these people at State All Systems. Now they're not a big competitor in terms of features and performance and so on, so I'm not terribly worried about them. So yeah, that's good. What I want to do in this episode is start actually making a lot of money, because if we want to introduce a new site, as we saw here in South Korea, that's going to cost me over 24 million, and I certainly ain't got that yet. Okay, now I can do that of course by keeping on top of my research, and that's coming along nicely. And I can also expand into other markets. Now the marketing here, I have only access to billboards, so product features in Romania, that's good. So what's Bosnia-Herzegovina want? Ease of use. I'm not terribly good on ease of use. What if I direct some? The trouble is it's not a very big market, so I wouldn't gain too much by going in there. That's not a big issue. Okay. Also news actually from the developer, not just to sort of hot fixes in the last couple of weeks. He's also, hey, I'm back in top. No, I'm not. Day by day basis. He's issued a roadmap for development for at least the next 8 months of the game. And it's got a whole raft of stuff. I put a link into the Steam store page in the description below. If you go check that out, you can find the link easily enough to his roadmap post. And there's lots of great stuff in it. In particular, really enhancing the research and tech tree, and the sort of what you can sell and marketing and stats and stuff. There's a whole raft of stuff, and it's looking, if you can get all this as he hopes to do it, this will turn into a really good, deep and involved game, a real Tycoon game. We need to keep hold of a lot of factors. You'll be able to hopefully have contracts for hardware with your competitors, so if you create the latest and best technology, you can sell it to your competitors, hopefully at a profit, and likewise you could take theirs. There's so many things to see coming up. That does mean of course that the save games might not always be compatible going forward, so I'm not sure how long this particular series will last in that sense, but whatever, it's great to see the game developing. Anyway, we need to carry on. I should stop waffling and actually get stuff done in this game. Okay, just check my computers are still selling. Yep, that's looking... No, still losing on the Tektron. It's still not cheap enough. Let's take that down once more. And that'll be it. Don't want to go much cheaper than that. Okay, I want to also increase my marketing, because at the moment I've only got billboards.
You have researched a new technology.
Did you hear that? I got new technology. Right, now the thing is, what the heck was that? That was the 8-inch floppy drive, was it, I think? That I just got. Unfortunately, it takes it... Oh yes, no. Oh, it does tell me that. No, that's not a clue to anything. Unfortunately, it takes it out of the list of stuff you're working on immediately you get here. So unless you're very quick before it moves it up to the top list here, you miss out on it. Okay, now what that means is we need to add that into a new computer. So we need to build that hardware here. So at the moment the only removable media we've got is tape cassettes presumably. So let's create some new hardware. This is removable media, and we're going to use the floppy disk drive. Excellent. Okay, now this means I've got an advantage over my competitors at the moment. Again, I'm not quite sure how to interpret these figures. Again, the tutorial sort of gives you some small clue, but I'm never quite sure. And I like to bump up these figures as well. Just give me that little extra edge, just in case I need that to get over what my competitors are doing. So we'll call this one 8-inch FDD, floppy disk drive. Okay, let's create that. Okay, create that, which means we now need to create computer, including that new hardware component. Oh, I've made a decision as well here. So first off, we'll copy this one, the original Tektron. We'll copy this design. We will call it, because it's 1976 already, we'll call this one the 76-1. Okay, we have no keyboard or printer on this one. That's fine, that's what I'm doing. The removable media, however, I need to save the design first. That's right. And then come out. It's a slightly clunky process, but once you know it's there, you can take care of, you can deal with it. Okay, so we're adding this new technology, which improves my performance no end. Look at that, a 5 times performance improvement almost. Feature improvement, that's quite good as well. So again, I'm hoping to keep up to keep ahead of my competitors. Oh, one thing is done here. If you double click on this, it should add that to your computer straight away, rather than having to click that and then click the add button there. Just a little sort of. It's always nice to save clicks. So that's done on my new computer. My features are now 2450. Should we leave it at that recommended price? I think we will. Right. We'll create
your new computer model went into the testing phase.
We'll keep that running. What I've decided to do as well, if I copy this design, is all those computers I'm creating with the printer and keyboard accessories, I'm going to call them the office ones, because they have sort of office functionality, home office kind of thing. So let's save that. Come out. Wrong one. Click that, and here on the accessories tab I will select keyboard and printer. Okay, that's good. And what difference has that made? I have no idea. We'll price this one at. Actually, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Has this worked? Let's cancel that for a second. That's got the keyboard. Okay, right. If we want to rename this one, the what did I call it? There it was. I'll call this one the office. I think there's again a slight user interface glitch, which he kind of hinted at in a couple of other places. It does this as well. We can't take those off. Oh, am I going to be stuck here? No, this one is still in design. So can I take those? Yes, I can. That's right, the features number has now gone down substantially because I've taken the printer and keyboard off. So this we will call just the 76-1. Yeah, one of the other things he mentioned, I can't remember exactly where it was now, which he's fixed, is that the database loads some information into the system, so it knows it's there, but the interface doesn't actually show that data.
Your new computer model is polished.
Okay, so let's.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
So this one will be a bit cheaper. We'll say 109 because it doesn't have the printer or the keyboard. Okay, so that one has been polished. Recommended price 2192. Hang on, I'm awfully confused. Which one is which? Oh dear. Let's come out of that page altogether. Right, so that one hasn't been polished yet. This one is in the process. Let's hold the game for a second. So on there, we don't have them. this one. And that's interesting. Ah, dear. Right. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Yeah, this recommended price thing is a bit odd, isn't it? So this is the one without. Because it's got the 950 there, and the office one. Again, it doesn't show them there, but they are included, as you can see from the feature count there. Yeah, that's right, I think. Oh dear me. Right, we'll just price that one at that. So that's the high value one, and this one, it's got the same recommended price. That's interesting because it doesn't have the accessories. So if we just price this one at 2009, will that do? Okay, I think that's okay. Right, now this one has been polished, so we're ready to market it, but first off let's check our feedback. So again, we're the fastest. Brutal Data has the best quality and the easiest to use and the most features, the most feature-rich machine. And IBN, I wonder who that might be, has the most respected product. Yeah, of course. Okay, but I think this one's ready, so we can market that now. Now, of course, by putting this one out there now, it does impact on the price and value of our other options here. So as you can see here, the Tektron 75-1, and they're all selling still, I think, with the possible exception of this one, the Tektron 75-1. No, that's not selling. Okay, so we will tinker with the pricing for that as we go forward. Okay, right, so what I was planning, this is going all over the place. I had sort of an idea of where I was going with this episode, and then all of a sudden I think of other stuff and it doesn't quite happen. Right, I have logistics points here, so I want to branch out into other markets, so I need to pump up my balance basically. I've only got, well, I've got nearly $9 million at the moment, but I still need a lot more than that. Okay, now performance is my big feature, so I need to find other countries which have got this dark sort of purpley blue colour. So Germany is good, but that's quite expensive. I could go there. Austria's very cheap. That's right, Switzerland. Austria. I could go to Austria's slightly bigger. Could go there. I'm already in Latvia. Could go to Lithuania actually. I could take that marketplace. But the thing is, there's no other competitors in there yet, and I quite like to disrupt my competitors even at this early stage of the game. Now, Ivory Coast has quite a nice number of nice high population, so that might be worth spending $1 million on. Oh, let's do that. Yeah, blue, just to double check, is performance preference. Well, there's another change he made. Mostly bug fixes, as I said, that he's made in the recent fixes. The one sort of feature change he made was when you're setting up a new map, the spread of preferences has been balanced a lot better. I mean, as we've seen in the episodes previously, most people seem to prefer ease of use or features, and performance and prestige and stuff are more difficult to find around the globe. But he's addressed that apparently, but obviously that won't affect my game because I've already started this map. Okay, right, so that's there. I need to increase my marketing as well, which is something I want to do, because although I can advertise on billboards, I want to add additional marketing streams to my company. I can do that by increasing the marketing building level at one or more of my sites. At the moment marketing is on level 1. If I increase that to level 2, doesn't cost me that much. That's okay, I think. Yeah,
Your new computer model is polished.
we will do that. And by doing that means I have an additional marketing tool at my disposal. Okay, so let's just go into our computer page here. And Tektron 71, which is our new one. That looks good. The feedback again, we're still hopefully fastest. Everything else is the same. That's fine. So we need to market it. Let's see how well that one does. Okay, it doesn't do at all well. Right, so we need to adjust our pricing here. So the 75.1, that's not selling, so let's bring that down dramatically in price. The Keytron, is that selling at all? Sorry, this one here, the Tektron 75.1 key. I need to click to speed the game. That's not selling by much. Again, we'll change the price on that. Let's take it down to 2199. Will that work for us?
Your building upgrade has completed.
We're not selling a great many of our... Well, that's okay. That's sort of working. Okay, let's take this one down to 1999 as well. Come on people, buy my funky new machine. I'm not sure why it's not selling. That's a really good price for that. The performance is good, features is not so hot on. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe they don't like that lack of features now. The Tektron 74.2 is still selling a little bit. I'm going to have to, I think, reduce that again. And hopefully... Right, got it. We're now selling them. Splendid. Okay, now we just heard that my building has been built, so I've now got this new little block here, which is my level 2 marketing. That should mean, I'll go into the marketing screen. Yes, I now have the option to use my company in promoting or promote my company as part of a video game promotion, which should give me a temporary boost in sales. But it takes, as you see, a good few months for that to come through. Currently we're at the 17th of July. Yeah, we've still got those strange American dates, and the game won't be out until November. So I'm going to have to wait some time before that comes through and affects my bottom line, as it were. But I can do that. My memory performance is good. Actually, can I check that? So if I go for memory, where's my memory? There it is. Performance of that is 6, so I'm easily in excess of the requirement of 2 for this. So I will buy that one. I could buy both, but let's not waste too much money. We'll see how this one goes to start with. Okay, can I build... Right, I don't need marketing here. If I have marketing here, that'll give me a 4%. This will only be a level 1, so this is only a billboard marketing tool that they can use in this on this site. Well, that will give me another 1% on my billboard impact, which is good. Everything is good. Statistics, I am still running a profit. That's splendid. Okay, I wanted, let's get out of there, to go back to the world map. I want to increase my market footprint, because I've still got 1 logistics point left. I want to spend that. It seems I'm making money. Where was the next best thing for performance? I want to go into Europe here. I want to compete. If I compete, who are the red ones? They're brutal data, right. Now they're my big competitors. So if I can compete with them. Now in Austria or Switzerland, Austria is a
Your
slightly
building upgrade has completed.
bigger country, so let's do that. Okay, less than 1 million, that's fine. Okay, now hopefully with all these extra countries taking my computers and my extra marketing push, I will possibly need more. Oh, I do already. If we just look at that, it's gone down again. It just changes on a day-by-day basis. Looking at the very top, the DPP is my demand, and my production capacity is 67,500. Every now and then the DPP demand exceeds that. If my marketing push works, especially with all these new markets I've got opened up, look at that, I'm already in Austria. Excellent. I'm going to need more capacity on the factory floor. Now, do I have where's my factories? I have one here. No, Guyana is a rich country. Suriname, Malawi. No, I can't build it there because Malawi is a rich country. I'm going to have to increase this one to level 2. That gives me another 52,000. Yeah, but it means although the cost is at 500,000, the daily cost will be reduced significantly because this is a poor country. If you remember from the earlier episodes, poor countries are better at creating things, or building things rather, and rich countries are apparently better at inventing stuff. The laboratory and so on get a discount on that in rich countries. Okay. Right, just check that we're still selling stuff. Keep an eye on this. The responsiveness of the mouse isn't too good at times. Yeah, so I'm not selling some of these. Yeah, these two here, the Tektron 75.1 and the 74.2 aren't selling, so I think we need to take those down in price. So let's take that one down dramatically, I think, to 1699. And this one, what's we got? That's less than. And we take that down to 1799 and see how that does. Are we going to be selling any more at that price point? That's our figure there, and apparently not. We're selling any more of the 70.
Your building upgrade has completed.
Yes, we are selling a few more of the 74.2, but 75.1 looks like a bit of a dead duck in terms of marketing. We'll just make a small reduction in price, see if that helps at all. No, we may have to abandon that one entirely and just take that product off the market. Okay, right, my new factory extension has been built, so I now have 105,000 production points. Oh, and you can see there my demand went up to over 70 there briefly, so I've got capacity, which is great. And it looks like I'm actually winning in pretty much all the countries I'm in. So even Malawi, Korea, Laos. The only one I'm not winning in is Bosnia and Herzegovina, and that needs, is that ease of use? I'm not quite sure, because the Brown Company, who are Data Systems, aren't mentioned on the feedback at all, so I'm not quite sure what their preference is, their particular USP is. Let's get to Bosnia again. If I go on ease of use, do I have computers that have a good ease of use? Not particularly, although my feature set is good. Let me promote my features. Can I do that? In Bosnia and Herzegovina. And now you see, because I've added the 4th level 1 marketing building, I have a 4% demand uptick. If the if my if my products match that. Oh, excellent! Right, I've already got a green. That's switching back and forth, isn't it, Bosnia? Green. I dare say the following day it'll go back to yellow. No, that's looking good. Looks like the marketing is working. Excellent. Okay, we're coming up. We're in the beginning of November.
You have researched a new technology.
And I have a new technology. What was that? Ah, the 10mu, whatever it's pronounced. Okay, the 10mu is interesting because it reduces the production cost of my computers, and that impacts on a number of components: CPU, graphics, motherboard and memory. So if I create new hardware in each of those areas, that will reduce my production costs, and hopefully that reduces the cost of production as well, the actual dollar cost of production. But we shall see. Okay, so I need to create lots of new hardware then. So, new hardware. CPU. Right, and this is going to be 10mu. 8080 CPU still, passive cooling and VLSI. Now if we take the 10mu out, look at that, you see, 279 is the production power needed. Put the 10mu back in, 267, excellent, so that should reduce the cost. It's a bit like the VLSI, does the same thing. Okay, again I like to boost things a little bit, a 1% boost, that's fine. Okay, we need to create this, so this is the 8080 10. I don't know if where you can get that symbol from. It probably is on the keyboard somewhere, but I'm just going to call it 10 meters. Okay, so we'll create that. So that was a new CPU. A new motherboard. We can indeed. 10mu. I'll leave it off. Ding, 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 ding. Then add the 10mu. My production costs go down. Excellent. So we can boost that by about 1. About 1 up there. Let's call this the Novo 10M. I'm sure there are sensible names I could give these, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, and new memory. Again, I can add 10mu to that. And 10mu. Love. Oh, that's a nice reduction in the PP. That will do, I think. And we'll call this one. Oops, get that highlighted. DIP mem 10M. I don't know what it means either, but there you are. Okay, now go back to the research page. The 10mu can be used for graphics boards as well, but we don't have that capability yet. We haven't got graphics board capability in the hardware. So if we go here, yeah, that's that empty box there. So until we can create actually separate graphics cards, we can't use it in that hardware category. Okay, so this means a wholesale improvement in my computers. So let's get our new computers here. So we'll take the Tektron 76-1. We'll copy this, and this we will call the 76-2. We're still in 1976. This is quite impressive. Okay, we'll save that design and we'll come back to it. And the accessories, none of those. So we've got a feature set of 9.50. And what can we set this to? I can't remember what the other price is. Existing. Also 75. That's 18.99. So if we make this 19.49. Okay. Oh, I need to actually prototype that, don't I?
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
And our feedback. is pretty much the same thing, still fast, but we don't compete on the other factors. Okay, and we'll design a new one of, that's not that one. Why do my mouse click always misses? 76.1, there we go. We need to copy this. This is the 76.2 office, because it will have the keyboard and printer attached. I'll save that, that's cool. And we will attach the keyboard and printer. Feature set improves dramatically, and I still don't create the purchase.
Your new computer model went into the testing phase.
And this one will need to be 2109. Yeah, let's keep it the same price. See what happens. Because the prestige. That's impressive, isn't it? Right, we don't want to go on. We'll go on name. There we go. That's a better sorting order. I'm not quite sure what this red bar here means. I think that's new. Unless that, because it appears and disappears. Must be some sort of paging thing or something or other. Perhaps, I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, okay. We're only just in the beginning of November now, so we should get that boost to our sales from the computer game shortly. I'll wait for that. And while we're doing that, let's just check out our sites. I could do with increasing logistics actually, to give me more, so I can get more logistics points. And that means I can go into more countries. Let's upgrade that one.
Your sponsored game is a massive hit.
Excellent. Did you hear that? You can
Your
see
new
it.
computer model is polished.
My sponsored game is a massive hit. Excellent. Right, so we'll upgrade them to our logistics there. So let's check our computer tab. And it was this one. And let's market it. Are we going to sell any? The word no is springing to mind. That's slightly annoying. Okay, why not? So why are we not selling any of the 76.2? 1940. Perhaps we need to make it. Yeah, you see, it's the same values in terms of performance and features and prestige and ease of use and everything else as the 76.1. So why am I charging more for it? I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be at all. So that, I can't forget, my memory's appalling. 18.99. So if we've changed this one to 18.99 as well, because my costs have gone down, but that doesn't impact the customer at all. So what should...
Your new computer model is polished.
Let's actually, what we'll do is we'll take the 76.1 and archive that one. So it's no longer for sale. So hopefully the Tektron 76.2 will take over. No? Oh dear, that's not so good, is it? Why is that not picking up the sales from the machine?
Your building upgrade has completed.
The machine that it's replacing. This is annoying and frustrating, isn't it? Why am I not getting sales on that? Okay, if we sort it by performance, so yeah, that's the cheapest one of those. The feature set though isn't great. Maybe that's the problem. It's the feature set. So perhaps I need to bring it down. Yeah, I probably do. Let's Take that down to 17.99. We're still not selling. Okay, what about the Office version? Let's market that at 2099. Is that going to sell? Well, this is reassuring. Lots of new technology in my computers and no sales. Right, I think somebody needs to look at their pricing strategy. And I think that's where we'll start off in the next episode, because this year is drawing to a close, as is this episode. Autosave done, and we're clicking over into 1977. Right, yeah, I'm going to look at this. I'm selling plenty. Look, my demand is 67,000 something, and I'm making a fair amount of money. But those two aren't selling. Right, that will need me to tackle it. But before we leave, let's have a look at our stats for the year. So 1976, nice healthy profits. So over 5,000. It's a very bright green. I'm not sure how well that come out in the video. So a nice profit of over 5 million. Sales have gone up very nicely with my new computers and my reduced prices, I imagine. My customers, Venezuela again is still my biggest customer. South Korea is doing nicely as well. But good to see Romania, Malawi, where I'm competing with other countries, with other competitors rather, are doing nicely as well. Globally, Venezuela is still the top sales across the globe, which is my country. Romania is one I'm in as well. So that's not too bad actually. Out of the 5 competing companies, I think I'm doing reasonably well. Market share at the top here, you can make out I've got 24%. Out of 5 companies, that's actually a good percentage. If it was spread equally, of course, that'd be 20% each. And as this graph here shows, last year, still a slight graphical glitch here with the chart, I have made the most sales out of all of us 5. But I have, well, maybe that's at the expense of my competitors. I hope it is. But I've gained that margin by reducing their sales, as well as obviously producing great computers. And here you can see Ultimate Tectron. That's just about the biggest of those, I think. Yeah. Oh, but globally, overall, for all time in the last years, yeah, because they had a really big start at the beginning of the game in '74. Brutal Data, of all time in the last 3 years, have the biggest sales. For those preferences, that's not terribly important, apart from the fact, because of the map design, most people prefer ease of use, which is not my great feature. As you see, my market prefers performance, but globally, that's only a small chunk. And as you can see on the graph here at the bottom of the lines, that doesn't change. I wonder if that will change over time. Talking of which, one of the other features that the developer has promised us, and this sort of replies to a couple of comments that were made on my earlier videos, he has promised us the historical map will be correct when he releases it at some point in the next, hopefully next 8 months, will be correct for 1974. And he said he's even hoping to get in there the actual nation development. So as Czechoslovakia splits into the Czech Republic and Slovakia, perhaps when Yugoslavia disintegrates into those countries as well, it will do that. And he's saying that at the beginning of the game, 1974, you won't be able to sell into the Soviet Union, because being a communist country, of course, they didn't allow Western companies to sell their evil technology into their marketplace. They would have their own state controlled, basically, computer companies. If they, I assume they had computers back then. Of course they did. Of course they did. They'll have that. So yeah, look, the game is looking great going forward according to the new roadmap. Again, do check the link on to Steam in the description below. Thank you though very much for joining me today. It's also been a bit of a haphazard episode all over the place, and I'm sure the next episode will be much smoother and more focused, possibly. Anyway, from me, Ajaxpost, if you enjoyed this episode, do leave us a like. If you have any suggestions, questions, recommendations, criticisms, just leave a note in the comments box below. It'd be great to hear from you. And of course, if you've not done this already, please do subscribe to the channel. I always mess that up on these videos. The other videos I can say that quite nicely, but on the Computer Tycoon ones, I always seem to mess it up. Please do subscribe, and then you'll know as soon as I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play videos. But from me, Ajaxpost, until the next time, bye bye for now.